we'll be looking at what gives God pleasure. The things that God loves, the things that make God happy and gladden his heart. Have you seen a man giving a woman pleasure? That woman will be laughing. That woman will be so happy. And when a woman is happy, she gives you the best. Have you seen a man that a woman gives pleasure? That woman is number one. In the same way, if we give God pleasure, we are on his top list. He loves us. He cares for us. You know, the devil wouldn't want us to give pleasure to God. That's why he has his own choice. That's the flesh. He has his interest. Flesh has his own desire. Flesh doesn't like anything that will give God pleasure. That's why each time you want to give God pleasure, sleep will come, complain, afflictions, too many things. But we decided today to give him pleasure because we have been given the power of choice. What do you choose? Choose to give God pleasure. Worship him. Obey him. Sit down with him and commune with him. God is God. He needs our communion. He wants to relate to us. He wants a relationship. And when we do that, when we take time to sit at his feet and love him, man, you are giving him pleasure. God demands that everything in us. That's why he said everything that he has created, including you and me, we are to give him pleasure. The works of his hands, all of them, we are created for his pleasure. And we must give him pleasure. We must make God happy. You know, it is our choice. And we must start it now. He said, I have no pleasure on them, that drew back, but they that continue to the saving of his soul. If you are a Christian and you are going back to your vomit, he has no pleasure on you. If you have, vowed a vow and you could not fulfill it, you are a fool. God said, I don't have pleasure in you. Now, God said, I have no pleasure on the leg of a man or on the strength of a horse. God has pleasure on them that fear him. Fear him. When you fear God, you won't do anything that will displease him. When you fear God, you will look at his face before you do anything. When you fear God, you make sure that he'll be very happy after you have done that. And he has no pleasure on them that drew back. What does that mean? God has no pleasure when you are following him and you start compromising. God wants those who will follow him. The flesh has this pressure. The flesh has its own lust. The flesh has its own aggrandizement. And we want us to do those things that will make God frown. Please don't do them. They are in contest every day. But the Bible says, do those things that God will want you to do. When you do those things that God will want you to do, you are giving God pleasure. Obedience is number one. It's better than sacrifice. Anywhere you go, just ask yourself, am I giving God pleasure? Decision you want to take, will it give God pleasure? Because we are created for his pleasure. That will be the number one thing you will think about. Think about God first. How God will rejoice over your action. If God will not be happy over your action, please don't do them. If he will not be happy over your decision, please don't take that decision. God is a jealous God. That's why he has created us to give him pleasure. And I pray that everything in us today, wherever we be, morning, night, and day, will make sure that God delights in us. God is happy. And that he'll be nodding his head and will be laughing. As you're doing it, he'll be enjoying it. God is emotional. That's why the Bible said at times, and God cried, and God laughed. God can laugh. Do those things that will make him to laugh. Don't do those things that will make him weep. He loves you. That's why he gave his only son to die for you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe at Christy Uche on YouTube. God bless you.